Just thought we'd highlight a few of the things that we have in the store and let everybody know. We're looking at nuts and bolts today. A big supply of nuts and bolts. Starts out at 1/4 inch, goes up to 1 inch. They're color coded with the famous CTC green. These are grade 5s. You don't always find the length that we carry. We got some 8, 9, 10-inch bolts. Nice long jobs for pulling. A lot of people will put 3 or 4 2x4s together and make a raft or whatever. Well, we got bolts you can do that with. We go clear up right back here to a 7/8, and we go up to a 1-inch bolt, 8 inches long. Our grade 2 bolts are on the other side. They are along with nuts and washers, flat washers, and then we have lock washers as well that you can take and mix all your bolts or whatever. We weigh them at the register, and makes it easy for you to come in, stock up your nut and bolt shelves there at home. And along with that, we have probably the largest supply of drywall screws, decking screws. You can see the whole 12-foot here of them. We sell those as well by the pound. And then we have some special drywall screws that are designed not to rust at all, so they won't, after 10 years or whatever, they'll keep the boards in line, keep them where they belong. These here black tend to, get some age on them after a while. They'll let loose or loosen up. So whatever job you need, we got the screws for it. Makes it a lot easier. They are in a Phillips head or a number 2 square head. Some people like to run those a little more or a little better. So that is just our big travel area, really, is our nuts and bolts and our drywall screws. We'll sell a number of those every day. All the right stuff for over 50 years right here, Century Trading. One reason is the variety of hydraulic jacks that we offer. We have brand name, we have some imports, but it's whatever the customer wants. That's what we're after. We'll start here from a 12.5 ton jet. Then we have some 12.5 tons here, but you'll notice they're shorter to get into more compact areas. Then we just start to go down, different tonnage. Here's an 8 ton. We end up down here, I believe, with a 2 ton. Just a nice little handy jack to have around home. Some porta powers. That's a lot of body shops will use those for pushing out dents and different things like that. There's a 4 and a 10 ton available. Then we have these jacks here as well. You guys have seen these on engine hoists, stuff like that at home. There's replacement jacks. Then we jump up here into some bigger jacks. We go clear up to a 20-ton air-assisted hydraulic jack, and we can get some 50-ton jacks in there too. So there's a jack here about for any kind of circumstance that you're looking at or need to move or just lift. We can help you out on that end. Again, all the right stuff for 50 years. This is something I wanted to show too, especially. These are bent jaws on the bigger bolt cutters. Sometimes you got to slide in, on an angle or whatever. Well, we got the jaws that'll do that. That's not everybody carries those. New 3/8 Milwaukee ratcheting torque wrench. We got a range of 10 to 100 foot-pounds on this. It's got a digital readout right here. You can up and down, change your poundings by the switches here, on and off. And it's a heavy wrench, good and sturdy with the 3/8 head that they use on their M12 ratchets. It's new from Milwaukee, but there's been a few out and they've been very successful. When it comes to rope, we probably, again, have the best supply in town, if not in the county, because we start out with regular manila rope, a 5/8, clear down to 1/4, and we have actually some 2-inch rope here as well. So if you got any tankers you want to dock at the dock out there at the reservoir, we can tie them up. Here's all of our other variety of nylon rope, safety rope, rope that'll float up at the lakes or whatever. So you know if you drop it in the water, it won't go to the bottom. It's just twisted. Some braided stuff, which will give you a lot more strength. There's just all kinds of sun-resistant rope, cotton rope for clotheslines or whatever. But we have again, a large variety of that, as well as bungee cord. We have bungee cord here in the different sizes. A lot of the guys will buy this stuff to put on their tarps, for on their semis or seed wagons or whatever, to hold the tarps down and stuff. So we can supply you with that kind of material as well. Go up to a 3/8. Go up to a 3/8 in that. So that's probably one of the popular sizes right there. All right. Let's just go into the pulleys, block and tackle, things like that you're not going to find in a lot of places. A lot of cable, but this is mostly rope pulleys, different things like that. There's always a need for these kind of things, and just keep in the back of your mind, this is a place to go to pick that stuff up. Okay, now we're in our tarp aisle, which you can tell as we scan down across here. We have a wide variety of sizes. Naturally, we go up 50 to 150 feet to 100 foot wide. So we can about cover about any roof out there. A lot of times they'll take shingles off and then we'll cover it overnight. We've got tarps for that. They don't have to be the heavy or the light tarps or whatever, but we have truck tarps. We have just covering up wood tarps, all kinds of different. And it's called, the thickness would be the mills. So the less mill you have, the lighter the tarp's going to be. Blue tarps are more generally known as a general purpose. They do about everything. They will, if we get a lot of wind though or whatever, they won't seem to take the wind very much. Then we have to get into our heavier tarps, like these sunshade tarps. They're silver, but they also reflect the sun and they won't rot. They'll last a couple, 3 years out in the weather like that. Where a blue one, everybody knows, lasts about a year, and we go getting a new one the next time. But the black tarps, we have a lot of those. Those are UV resistant as well. These are more for the truck. These are a lot heavier. You're going to be going down the road a lot higher speeds, so the whipping and stuff like that's not gonna, that's about a 6-ounce tarp, so that's not gonna get beat up as bad or tear for you. Along with the tarps, we do have some canvas. The good old canvas, you can't beat them. We have some of those left yet. But we have a full line of rubber straps from like 12-inch up to 42-inch long. And then we have bungee cords and just all sizes and configurations. Then we need something to hold them down outside. So we've got a good selection of anchors, stakes, even the big boys if you need that. Just a nice variety, and again, they're what you pay for. If you want something to last a few years, well, you're going to get you a heavier tarp, and you might even go into the canvas. But if you want something just to cover up for temporary till you get to the job, or you'll cover up a pool or something, well, I would go with the lighter tarps then. So just ask one of the associates here when you come in what you'd like to do with it, what you're going to do, and we can help you out and get the right size. Because when you measure, like you got a 6x6 square you want to cover for the weekend or whatever, you'll probably need maybe a 8x8 tarp, because you always need some hangover. So allow that in your measurements as well and stuff like that. And then if you need, what you need to tie it down with. You want to tie it down with bungee cord, or run some bungee cord like we got back here. We can cut that to the length you want and just tie it to the top of these stakes. A lot easier that way too.